Epidemiologists, nurses, doctors, researchers all over the world have been telling us that COVID is dangerous. But at the same time, to be fair, your brother's friend from the gym says it's not. And it's very difficult to know who to believe, isn't it? It's very difficult to know. I know. It's hard. And the problem is...
Hey guys, did you see that guy in the audience there? If you wind that clip back again, when everyone's laughing and clapping, you'll see there's one guy who's sitting there like this, and he is not finding what Jason Manford is saying about anti-vaxxers funny. You know, a few weeks ago it was Jimmy Carr. He was in big trouble because he shamed an anti-vaxxer at his live show, which I think is out on Netflix on Christmas Day, and people got really upset about it, saying, you know, you shouldn't shame anti-vaxxers, you know, they're just voicing their opinion and they're entitled to it. Of course, they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. But tonight is Jason Manford's turn. He was on Live at the Apollo, and he did a kind of anti-vaxxer routine. And here's a little bit more of it.
My favourite argument about the vaccine is people going, yeah, but you don't even know what's in it. You don't even know what's in it, mate. I go, no, I just had chicken nuggets for dinner, mate. Do I look like a man who cares what's in things? I've been giving my children Calpol for 12 years. I've never once looked at the ingredients. That pink magic could come straight out of a pig's arse, right into her mouth, but she's asleep and her earache's gone. Thanks, science.
Now, of course, people on Twitter are posting messages saying, you know, that Jason Manford is just, you know, in the pocket of Big Pharma and he's just towing the government line and what have you. But it could be that he's not at all any of those things. He's just someone whose opinion is you should take the injection, and he thinks that's the best way to go. And that's absolutely fine if that's his opinion. It's absolutely fine. He can make jokes about it and about the people who are opposed to it. I don't see any problem with this. I think the trouble is that the anti-vax lobby perhaps want to see a more balanced view on all these shows. And I don't know quite how broadcasters like the BBC are going to address that. I don't know how you can have a kind of anti-vaxxer comedian on TV doing a routine. I've never seen that yet, and maybe they need to do that just for the sake of balance. It'd be interesting to see, and you know, yeah, I'd happily watch that. But I thought there were some good jokes in this routine tonight. There were some funny observations about anti-vaxxers, and if you've ever met an anti-vaxxer and the kind of things they say, and he makes a good point about them knowing their research and all that kind of stuff. So I thought there were some very astute comedy points here, and I did chuckle quite a few times. And if you're an anti-vaxxer and you're offended by it, well, you know, they are jokes. We can all take a joke, can't we? Especially at Christmas time. Anyway, here is the full 5 minutes of what Jason said, and I hope you enjoy it. Merry Vaxmas, everyone.
Epidemiologists, nurses, doctors, researchers all over the world have been telling us that COVID is dangerous. But at the same time, to be fair, your brother's friend from the gym says it's not. And it's very difficult to know who to believe, isn't it? It's very difficult to know. I know. It's hard. And the problem is, when you're a rules person, you wore the mask, you did social distancing, you've had your vaccine, all the things that you did. When you're a rules person, you do no research because you just trust that people cleverer than you have done the research, and you just get the last bit and you go, okay, cool, thanks, science. But people who don't believe in it, your anti-maskers, anti-vaxxers, they do loads of research. It's all bollocks, but they do loads of research. They've been to the University of Facebook and they pass with flying colours. The problem is, when you come face to face with them, we sound like the thick one. Because we don't know, I just wore it because somebody said to wear it. I don't know. It happened to me in the middle of the whole pandemic. I was walking in my village and my brother's mate from the gym, Dean, he saw me. Hey, Jay. All right, mate. That's all right, pal. I see you wearing your mask, you fucking sheep. I said, yeah, I am. What are you wearing that for, mate? Don't do now. I said, well, I don't know if I'm honest, Dean, but I just figure if I'm wrong, I just accidentally wore a mask for a year. Whereas if you're wrong, someone's nana died. You know, and I just think out of the two options, mine's the safest. You know? Well, let me stop you there, folks. Because let me tell you, Dean had me. Dean had me with an argument I'd not thought about. He said, all right, mate, explain this then. How come with a mask on, you can't get COVID, but you can still smell a fart? And I do not know, Apollo. I've literally no idea. I was flummoxed. I had nothing to say. I thought somebody needed to put Dean in a Chris Whitty press conference. You know, when he opens it up to general questioning. Any more questions? Yeah, I got one actually, Whitty. Dean, total fitness. Look, I don't know if you've done any research on this or anything, but how come with a mask on you can't get COVID, but you can still smell farts? A lot of us are worried about it at the University of Facebook. It's the best stuff. But Whitty, do you remember, he was like unflappable, wasn't it? He'd just be like, next slide. A graph about farts or something. He'd be like, well, as you can see here, Dean, the fart particles are smaller than the COVID particles. The farticles, as we call them in the medical community. I don't know. I have no idea. There's loads of things we don't know. My favourite argument about the vaccine is people going, yeah, but you don't even know what's in it. You don't even know what's in it, mate. I go, no, I've just had chicken nuggets for dinner, mate. Do I look like a man who cares what's in things? I've been giving my children Calpol for 12 years. I've never once looked at the ingredients. That pink magic could come straight out of a pig's arse, right into her mouth, but she's asleep and her earache's gone. Thanks, science.